Hey guys, I wanted to make this video. Honestly, I feel like every time I make a video, I look like someone else. I always have a different hair color, literally since the beginning of my videos. So I just wanted to give a little update. Obviously, it wasn't too long ago that I put my most recent video. I know I was telling you guys that I wasn't really happy where I was working. And, since I was on orientation, like I didn't feel that my voice was being heard at my job. So, basically, I, I did have a family emergency as well. That's also part of the reason. But just me thinking about the family emergency, just me being on that particular floor, me being unhappy, that kind of like made me want to like change that because I'm the type of person, if I don't like something, I'm not going to continue to be there or stay there, or like if there's something that I don't like in my life, I change it, right? I know a lot of people have like this like, oh my god, I don't like change, but me, if it's something that I'm really like really like not happy about, I'm gonna change it. um so just wanted to let you guys know that I did apply to another hospital, which is a psych hospital, and I got the job, and I'm so excited um, to start that job. Especially, as you guys know, if you have been looking at my previous videos and you've been keeping up with my little journey here, you know that psych is what I want to do. And I am so excited to finally work at a hospital where I'm going to just be doing that. It's not going to be med surge. Because this is the thing, right? Like on my floor, it's not just med surge. Like it's not just people coming out of surgery. Um, it's really like other stuff too. Like we have people who come in who have COVID, but then they're like transferred to a different floor. We have people who I'm trying to think of like a patient that just people that just come out of nowhere. Like it's become more than a med surge floor at this point. And to be honest, if you are into that, like, if you're a new grad and you're looking to go to med surge, just know you're going to be dealing with blood. You're going to be dealing with, it's like a lot of bedside stuff. Obviously, you have to help your PCAs if they're changing someone, you know, just to make it easier, because obviously they're helping you. You have to help them. You have to help change the patient. If they're incontinent, they can't go to the bathroom, provide them with a bedpan. And it's a lot of like, urine and feces and a lot of stuff goes into a med surge floor. It is very difficult. I know day shift because I worked on day shift and then I got transferred to night shift. They really, like, honestly, they do not sit down. You don't sit. Night shift is a little different because there's like a period where, actually all the patients are sleeping. But there was a night the other night I was working and the call bells were just going. And I didn't see the other nurses till like probably the end of the shift because we had patients that were super needy, or they were on telesitter that they were like getting up in the middle of the night. So it's just a lot of things go into med surge. So if you are thinking about going into med surge, just know like it's difficult. It's a difficult floor. You're gonna be on your feet 24/7. You're gonna be busy 24/7. There's like rare occasions where you're actually sitting there, and even with nights, I have to say like nights is it's difficult. It's very difficult, and it's extremely difficult, especially like being busy is great, but like if you're just sitting there doing nothing, you're done charting, everyone's asleep, you're literally just staring at the time. The time goes by so slow when you're not doing anything. So I kind of feel like, being busy is good, which is great, but I just want to warn you guys, it's very difficult, it's very hard. If this is the floor that you want to go on, just know it's a crazy floor. So yeah, so anyways, back to psych. So basically in a psych hospital, it's crazy in its own way, right? Because you're dealing with patients who are not mentally there, who, are depressed or whatever the case may be. And you're gonna have to deal with violent patients, right? So it's a whole different kind of crazy. Um, Also, don't get me wrong, on the med surg floor where we're currently on, we do get like psych patients. If you think about it, right? We get like older people who get dementia, people who come in with a UTI and they're already experiencing delirium and all these things, and they're not themselves. There's been a time where I got kicked by a patient, which is totally, not to say it's totally fine, but like, like they're not all there. So obviously, this is when you come, ask for assistance with the other nurses to help you. We were literally just changing her diaper, and she got agitated and she started kicking, biting. So you have to know that these things will happen. Whatever. But the psych hospital is not bedside, right? You're working with people who are in a facility, who are trying to get better, who are going through therapy, and my job as a nurse is basically give them whatever medications is prescribed to them, and then just basically help them through the process of therapy. They go to different classes. It's not so much of a hospital vibe because they want the patients to feel like they're at home. They don't want them to feel like they're in a hospital, which is great. Like, the majority of psych hospitals look really nice. Like where I'm going to work, they have like a basketball court, they have a playground, because the majority of the patients there are children and teenagers. They do have like some adults, but the majority is kids, which I'm super, super excited about. I'm definitely going to make a video and give you guys an update on how it's been going over there. I'm so, so excited to like work there with the kids, and I'm actually pretty good with psych patients because the psych patients that I did encounter on my actual floor, um, like obviously they could become agitated and violent, but if this is what you love to do, it's it, not to say it comes easy, but it's a little bit easier than somebody who doesn't like to do it and doesn't like to deal with patients who are not all there, right? And if you watch my previous videos, I come from a criminal justice background. I wanted to do homicide detective. I love figuring out like why this person acts the way that they do. Like, just the mind is super, super like interesting to me. So, when I'm dealing with these kind of patients, it's more of let me figure out what makes you happy. What can I do to like soothe you, to like help you, to, make your stay here feel good. And obviously, you have to think about that this is somebody's mom, this is somebody's father, this is someone's brother, sister, someone's child, whatever the case may be. Like, you have to always keep that in mind. Like, how would you feel if your parent wasn't all there from old age and they're in a psych, hospital? And then people get it confused. A psych ward and a psych hospital is two different things. A psych ward is for people who are really like not crazy, but like they're just not there at all. Like at all. And then they're kept in a facility where they're being taken care of because they're a lot. And they can't really be out in society because they can't take care of themselves. It's completely different from a very violent, not all there person to a person who's entering a facility and it's just basically them trying to get better. Like, they know they have this problem and they want to be better. They want to help. They want to learn how to manage their feelings, their emotions, whatever it is that's going on, and like depression, right? That's like one of the things you would go to the facility where I'm going to. So it's like all these patients, it's not like they're like completely lost it at that point. They're aware. They're normal people who just need, some guidance and some therapy in order for them to know how to manage whatever it is that is going on in their mind or in life better. So, anxiety, depression, stuff like that. It's just, just a therapy center, really, to make them be better. And they're just there for, I would say, 2 weeks. It's not like a long-term facility. It's just, for a moment to help with their, recovery, or whatever it is that they're going on, whatever it is that they're feeling, whatever they might need as far as like, being prescribed. Like, these are things that are done there. So it's not the same thing as a psych ward. Everybody's different. Everybody likes professions different. I honestly don't even know why I took this med-surg job to begin with, because in clinicals, I literally was like, I'm never doing this floor. But you know what? I learned a lot medically, and I feel like just off the strength that I was there for basically 4 months, I learned so much that I feel like I'm well equipped to go to this psych hospital. And to be honest, like, the psych hospitals, they're not so much medical. Like I said, it's you give them their medications and you kind of help them through their therapy and make them feel, like they're being helped and they're being heard. So I'm very, very excited about that, especially working with kids. I love kids. So this is going to be a new and exciting journey. And also, word of advice to any new grad. I understand that just like me, you pass your NCLEX, you're just like ready to work. You want to make this money, you want to experience things, you want to, say, I'm a nurse, I'm this. Let me tell you something. Make sure that, of course, apply to, a lot of jobs. That's fine. But let me tell you, there's jobs everywhere. There is a very high demand for nurses. So just so you know, just make sure, look, I'm not going to sit here and say like all hospitals are great. I'm not going to sit here and say that your job is going to be phenomenal. You're going to have a great supportive team. I don't know that because, like every job is different. Everywhere is different. Your coworkers are different. But just from my learning experience, from me being in this particular floor for 4 months, I literally chose this job or this, particular job again because I had got an email from my school. They sent me like these random jobs like, hey guys, these guys are looking for nurses, especially new grads. I just sent in my resume because I was like, whatever, like for the hell of it. I didn't think they were going to call me as quick as they did. I didn't think I was going to get the job. But I was like, you know what? I'll do this job, get some experience, and then I'll go to psych where I really want to be. Okay. So here I am leaving the job after 4 months. So with that being said, please make sure when you're applying to certain jobs, this is something that you want to do. Don't just go work for a job and be like, hey, I'm just going to get experience. I'm going to tell you what. Nowadays, you don't really need to go to med-surg, right? There's going to be plenty of hospitals who hire new grads or have residency programs, whatever the case may be. What I'm saying is, like, you don't want to be stuck at a job that you don't love, that you don't like. That's how I felt. And then, just the onboarding process. Onboarding process, for those of you who don't know and who are just graduating or whatever, new grads, the onboarding process is so long. Oh my God, like literally fingerprinting. And every hospital differs. Some hospitals are quicker than others. Literally like a whole month. Fingerprinting, ID pictures, physicals, blood drawn, making sure you're okay. The nurses or doctors see you before you get hired. It's a lot. And then orientation itself, 12 weeks. Like people who have experience prior to you might get out of orientation a little bit quicker. But I'm telling you, it is such a long process. To go through all that, to then be like, damn, like, do I really want to work here? Not only that, like I said, like in my previous video, lateral violence is a thing. There are older nurses that eat their young. Like, that's literally a quote that I've heard while I've been on my floor. Like, these older nurses feel like because they have seniority, they've been there for 10 plus years, they feel like they can talk to the younger ones or like the new grads who pretty much are just going in there not really knowing much, however they feel like. And guess what? Unfortunately, managers take their side because they've been there for so long, which is completely wrong. It is completely wrong. Nobody should be at work. Nobody should, you know, be in a workplace where you feel like you're not being heard, especially being a new grad. These hospitals fail to realize these older nurses eventually, right? Eventually they go and retire. And then guess who stays behind? We do. Anyways, that's besides the point. I could really go on and on about all the things that I think is wrong about what's going on with nurses, especially the fact that, let me tell you something, another thing. If you feel that you cannot take extra shifts, do not. If you feel you can't work a double, do not. If you feel like you can't work nights, do not work nights. I'm going to tell you a story. And this is a story told by me. There was a time where there was I don't know if it was a PCA or a nurse. Not sure. They're both nurses, whatever. They asked her to do a double. She did the double. She drove home. Well, she was driving home. She got into a car accident and she died. Why? Because she fell asleep on the wheel. So, with that story being said, listen, if you know you can't do something, don't do it. Because guess what? These hospitals will replace you like nothing. Take care of your license. Take care of your life. Take care of your sleep, your mental health. Take care. If you feel that a job is not for you, if you feel like you don't like the floor, you're not being heard, these managers are not doing what they're supposed to do, guess what? At the end of the day, although you're working at that hospital, you're still working under your license. So if you don't take care of your license, guess what? The hospital is just going to replace you. It really doesn't matter. They don't care if you lose your license. They don't care if you make a mistake. Right? So I'm just telling you, I could give you a perfect example. I have residency class and I literally told my manager I cannot work before or after, which was the agreement before I got hired. They said, you're not going to work these days before or after class. And I'm still being put to work after class. So what does that mean? They don't care. They just care about filling in a spot. So like I said, make sure you do what you have to do, but also take care of yourself and your license. Because you could get replaced real quick. And this is why I'm going to go take my master's and becoming an NP. Because, obviously, like I said, like all hospitals are different. Regardless, I want to take my NP. Like, this is not just the only reason. But I'm just saying, like, it's easier to replace nurses than it is to replace doctors. And doctors can make mistakes all day, and guess who gets blamed for it? We do, because we're the last line, right? Anyways, I'm just saying, I'm giving you guys advice, like really take care of yourself, your license. If you know you can't do something, don't work extra. Don't, money is not worth it. It's not worth it. And I'm working nights right now. Majority of the time, I'm I'm tired. I'm sleepy. It's just terrible. It's terrible. Not to mention, the cafe's not even open at night. So what do we eat? Nothing. Chips. We have to bring food. Like, they should definitely have a 24 hours cafe where we can go and buy actual food. We're sitting here eating nonsense, really. Chips and whatever's left over. And then we're working nights. And then on top of that, like, we're not even getting paid like we're supposed to unless we've been working there for like over 10 years. That's crazy. All I'm saying is, like I said, protect your license. And this is why I'm going to a different hospital and I'm going to do what I want to do. My profession, which is psych. That's what I love to do. That's what I want to do. It'll be different if this was what I had decided I wanted to specialize in. I would have definitely wrote it out, like whatever. But it's not what I want to do. So for you guys looking for a new job, or please make sure it's what you want to do, the specialty you want to do. You don't want to be stuck on a floor that you don't like, especially if it's something that you're not trying to eventually like stay in. It's not a specialty that you want to do forever. Psych is what I want to do forever. So like I said, make sure that when you're applying to jobs, you know that that's where you want to be, because the onboarding process is super long, like I said, and then you don't want to be stuck on a floor that you freaking hate. And then on top of that, you have the older nurses, or these nasty women just talking to you a certain way when, sis, we both have the same degree. You need to relax. And what's even worse is when your managers don't do anything about it, right? So anyways, with that being said, I hope that this really helps you. I'm not gonna sit here and give you advice that, oh yeah, how I pass my NCLEX. No, I'm telling you the real deal. Nursing is no joke, okay? You're working in a hospital. There's COVID going. There's monkeypox now going around. By the way, try to get vaccinated. I know you guys probably don't know the website. Me neither. But you can look it up on New York State vaccine or something like that. Try to get a vaccine appointment. They're going by like this. They don't have enough vaccines. I'm just telling you, try to go on the website, and they usually announce it. Just try to look for it. Honestly, they're so hard to get. Whatever location you get, you're lucky. Like I said, we're working under very crazy situations. Monkeypox is now a thing. COVID is still a thing. I just don't think nurses get paid enough. Not to, stir you guys away from nursing. Nursing is a great career. It's amazing. If this is what you love to do, do it. Just make sure that you're on the floor that you want to be on, right? So just really think about what specialty you want to go into. Like I said, med-surg is super, super hard. It's very difficult. Patients die. It's not easy. And you're on your feet 24/7. And it's just a lot. So anyways, I hope my advice helped. I hope that these videos, again, from the beginning, is something that you might have thought that you probably aren't going to find on YouTube or whatever. So yeah, if you guys have any questions or whatever, need any advice, don't be scared to ask me on my comment box, or I don't know if messages are even a thing on here. But yeah, just ask away. I'll definitely try to answer. I'll see if I can post my Instagram or whatever the case may be. You guys can find me easier that way, because honestly, I'm so busy sometimes I even forget to even come on YouTube. But yeah, anyways, so like I said, leave a comment, any questions or whatever. I hope that my video will help. Like I said, please be careful where you apply to, and if you don't like the floor, there are jobs everywhere. You can go work anywhere else. Just don't lose your license or your life for any hospital, because you're easily replaceable. And don't forget about your goals. If you're gonna be an NP, don't wait 5, 7, 10 years to go get it. I just started working, and I'm trying to apply to start going to school next year. So, like I said, any questions, comment below, and thank you guys for watching again, and everybody else who's subscribed. Again, my videos are not all that great. I don't know how to edit, whatever. I'll figure it out one day, I guess. Anyways, see you guys.